Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the daily recap of the greatest chat room on the planet, Awesome Calls Trading. I am AJ Trader. This is my trader handle, AJ, the real AJ, because I'm not a fake AJ. So I have to make sure you all know I'm a real person. Um, and today we had a pretty eventful, fun, exciting morning. We made good money. We had good quality ideas. We weren't not 100%. We were not 80%. We were probably about 79.99% accurate on our calls today. Um, but if something didn't work, we were definitely in uh, trades that just paid us extremely, extremely well. And I gave you a free trade on Twitter with a short on Netflix this morning. And I told you I was shorting at 333. I actually showed you the entry, and I actually covered some at 332 for over a point, and ended up giving about 5 points on that trade. So that was a very, very, very fun trade. Um, but our number one pick, I'll just go through a few of these. Our number one pick today was ATHM, and this was our MDB yesterday. Yesterday I gave you MDB. Now, I did not give you free that on Twitter. I'm sorry, and um, I felt that one deserved to be in the room. And you know, I gave you Netflix, and that's a 4 point trade. But ATHM, this was for our traders in the room. And first of all, this was gapping down, and there was no news. There was speculation from different scanners that maybe the slowdown in the Chinese auto market would have the reason behind that. And that's fine. It happens, but there's no news from the company. And unless there's a headline or an analyst or somebody telling me why it's gapping down, usually what I do, especially in pre-market, I'll look at it, study it, put a little extra effort in it, and then I make a decision. And the decision was to go long around $72 and give it room to 70 to add. I told everyone in the chat room the stock will go to 78. Don't expect any more than that. All right, because this is now MDB. I said would go to 80, and it topped at 80. I think 80, 50, 81. Today, I analyzed, and I looked at the closing at 82, and I just made the decision. This is a stock that's only going to go to 78. That was the decision I made. And so basically, if you're in the room and you have 100 shares, and you got about $8,000 buying power, this is your day. So you come into the room, and here's the gap down. You can see it fell off a cliff. I walked in the room, 72 to 73 long. I said the stock would go to 78, and I want you to look. Ding, 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 ding. In the first few minutes, you already made 3 points. If you stayed with it and bought the dips, you ended up at what? And here's the 78 level. You see it? Now, this is professional day trading. This is not throwing nails, putting up a bunch of lines, guessing. It could this. It could actually go here. It could go here. It could fall off the cliff here. It could there. Oh, it could go to 90. It could go. Stop. 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 Traders don't want to hear that. Could they? The word could enough. I don't use the word could in any of my headlines. Okay. I'm telling you, buy now, room to 70, stock will go to 78. There is no could, maybe, watch this line. If it breaks here, it smashes. Stop. 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 Okay. You're not a pro if you have to keep using like could. Traders in the room buy 100 shares, make 300 or $500. They're done for the day. If they buy 200 shares, they make 600 or they make $1,000 for the day. It's up to them. Taco in our room made 1,000. Palmer made $1,200 on this trade. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, this was a solid winner. It was well laid out, well planned, well thought of, and it was our number one pick in the room. All right. The second one that we did today was PCG. Now, PCG, Moody's downgraded the bonds on it, and they gave it a kind of a really terrible rating. So now I have traded Moody calls before, so I'm very familiar how to trade the call. And a lot of people that have different chat rooms, they don't know how to trade a Moody call. But I've been doing this for 15 years, so I better know because that's what you pay me for. So I'm looking at the stock, and it's been all over the place, and then it gapped down to 16.25. Well, I made the decision that the stock should probably, I would go long PCG, give it room to 16 to add, just long the stock and take it up to, I believe I wrote our number two pick, $17.50. Um, and if it yanked to 16 extra, just add to it. But go long. I like to get the pop at the open 17.50. So what that told everyone in pre-market was to go long. All right. And the reason why is because it was a Moody's. It wasn't an analyst call. It was a Moody downgrade. And usually those get right back up, get bought back up. And that's why I made the call. And if you were in the room, I said $17.50, and you bought at $16.30, and the stock hit $17.60. It hit $17.50 in approximately 7 minutes of the bell ringing. What does that mean to you? That means you make $1. If you bought 500 shares, you made $500 in 7 minutes. So I can't get any more clear on a call. The only thing I can't do is run to your house and press the buttons. All I can tell you is where the stock's going to go and why. All right. Right. Now the stock has gone higher, obviously, but once it hit that, it started. The lower lows started to sit in, and we just kind of faded it. But yeah, I was done with it. It did exactly what I wanted, and I was very proud of that. Right. The next trade that we did was Netflix. This one I gave you free on Twitter, and um, Netflix is everyone's basically loading into earnings. And that's why every day you're getting different analyst calls in the 400s. They're all just copying one another. And that's great, but you know, when you're gapping up 10, 12 points and the Dow's down 100, chances are you're going to fill some of that gap at least, 3 to 5 points. So this morning, I saw it gapping up right here to $334. I went short at 333, I believe 18, I believe it was, and I was looking for about a 3 to 5 point pullback. Um, and the stock ended up going all the way down and pulling at the open to $328.50. So that trade alone, and I actually put on here, I was telling the traders in the room what to look for. Um, and I said 327 would be the bottom curl. It ended up 328. But we got 5 to 7 points on the open on the pullback, and it was a great trade, a nice short, and then popped at 328 and went all the way back. Now it's closed. Its stock is $341. Well written, well scripted. Um, Again, this is where it pulled to, double bottomed. And I wanted a 327, but hey, 328 showed itself, started to take off, broke through the flag, pretty much just stayed there all day. As you can see, it hit 341. Okay, so that was a good trade, short and long. The next trade that we did, okay, I really need you to calm down on this one because this was a jewel. I mean, this is what traders live for. Now, Ollie came out and raised their guidance. Now, I want you to look at this gap up. First of all, I want you to look how this trades every day. Look at the last 5 days. You see it's already had to move. You see the amount of bag holders off that move? Because why? They knew something was coming out. So they were buying calls. You see that? So when you get a pattern like that, chances are you're going to get a massive sell-off. One of the traders noticed when you get a sell-off like that, they usually actually go below the previous day's close. Brandy, props to you on that because Brandy pointed that out as well. But for me as a trader, I just do what I do. And This was one of the most beautiful calls I gave today. Um, Believe it or not, that I liked. So I'm looking at this gap up and I'm going, okay, I'm going to go short here at 81. Okay, I want to give it room to 83 at the open. And I want to drop it like a bucket to 78 and under, and then flip it and go long. Now, this was so well scripted, and I was so proud of it. And I'll even show you how I wrote it. It's right here, Ollie. Gapping up 4.5. Watch the pop to 83. Now I said 83. I didn't call 85. I didn't call 87. I didn't call 90. I didn't call 95. I didn't say it would go to 100. All right. I'm a professional day trader. Right. I don't give just crap numbers. I give precise idea where the stock should go and why. Okay. So this one ran to 83. Here you go. And it hit $82.90. So I don't know where you want me to FedEx your 10 cents, but if you had followed my lead, took the short, the stock came all the way down to 75 bucks. It's a 7-point trade minimum. Well restricted, well done, and what a beautiful trade. So just this is 7 points. PCG is what, a point and a half. ATHM 6, Netflix 10, 15. It's already 40 points of trading in the room, and that's on just 5 tickers. You know, so um, hell of a morning, I can tell you. The next one we did was Activision. Well, let's go to Weight Watchers. I liked Weight Watchers today, and it was fun. Now, Weight Watchers, this one was gapping down, and the reason why it was gapping down was because it got a downgrade, and the downgrade was a significant downgrade. And I'll show you the call so you kind of understand where we're coming from on Weight Watchers. You look at it, and JP Morgan, um, they priced it to like a cut it, but they priced it so aggressive. Now JP Morgan doesn't really like the stock to begin with, but to come out and go from 70 to 37, the stock's going to get hurt. So come in, I look at the gap down, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're gapping down already significant, 35 to 33. So I made a decision looking at this chart, and I said, you know what? Based on what I see in pre-market, just these lines here. This is all I go by. This is all I see. I see the gap down to 33, and I'm going, you know what? This is going to go to 31, and then we can go long, and then we can bounce it back. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So I went to Weight Watchers right here, and I said, um, I'd like to see a small pop to 34.50, and then a fader to 33. If it pulls at the open, just go to 31 area and then bounce it 2 to 3 points. So on this trade, I let it set up. I just said, look, let's just wait for it. If it pops, we'll short it. But if it pulls, just sit there and wait because you're going to get paid. Just sit tight and you're going to get your money. Okay? So here we go. So AJ said 31 area. That's like 31.50, 31.30, 31.40, 31.60. Start going long at 31 and then count your points. Okay? Ready? So let's go to the chart. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. All right, here's the opening bell, and guess where it goes? 31.50. Now count your points. 1, 2, almost 3 points to the upside. 31.50, 33.50. There's 2. Actually, 2 points. Should get another point if the way it keeps trending. I'd like to get it up here. So it was a good call. And for pre-market wise, all you had to do is go here and go long, and you would have nailed 2 points on the trade. It was a really nice setup. Okay. So that was Weight Watchers. All right. The next one I gave was Activision. Now, Activision was gapping down because Destiny franchise was assumed by Bungie, so Activision had no more rights to it. So that was going to get a pretty decent pullback, um, you know. And I wanted, when I looked at it, I just stared at it for a second. And I said, okay, you know what's going to happen? And I'll show you the trade, Activision. So you can see it had a horrific day yesterday when it pulled on the news, and then this morning it gapped down even more. And so, based on that information, I made the decision when I came in and I saw this gapping down, and it was like trading at 47 level. I told everyone, you know what? I agree that this should get hurt, but I'm going to take it to 44 area, just like I did on Weight Watchers. So I'm going to give you the 44 area, and I want you to go long. So as soon as you start seeing 44.60, 44.70, 44.50, 44.40, just get in there in the 44s, and I'm going to bounce it for you. Okay? So that was pretty much the call on Activision. And the reason is because, yes, it's bad news, but the stock has to find some ground level, and I felt the 44 area would be just enough. I didn't use, again, a bunch of lines and go back 15 months and look at the EMA, and it's not what I do. It's not, no, I just look at it and tell you where it's going to go. I have a gift. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I have a gift. I can see the move before it happens. And that's where a lot of technical traders like to come in here because all they do when they watch me trade and make the call, from a technical standpoint, they start lining up where they see the stock should go, and usually it hits right on their own numbers that they look for. For me, I'm black and white. I mean, I just look at it, boom, no ands, ifs, buts, just rock it. All right. So here's what I put in writing, and I made the decision Activision would go either pop at the open to 49. If it didn't pop, watch the open to 44 area and curl it and just long it. And that was the call. And if you notice on the call, I didn't say to short it after you went long. In other words, I'm just telling you the stock should head towards 48, but you got to buy it at 44 levels. All right. So if you scale in, I mean, your risk at 44, 50 or 45 or 44 or whatever you want to buy. The fact that it hit the number that you needed and then look at 47. Really, really nice trade. Really well thought out and planned. Okay, and let's do one more. Let me see what I did on TLRY. I had TLRY on our list, and TLRY I wanted to hit 88, and it hit 89. Then I wanted to pop it. Um, and there was another one, Weight Watchers, TAC, PCG, Netflix was, I already gave you Netflix, Boeing. Oh, yeah, Boeing. Now, Boeing, I felt the stock would hit 355 today. All right. I wanted to pop at the open, and if it did, then we could fade it. But today I saw 355 on the call. So this told the traders in the room they could be buying 355 calls in the morning. But if it pulled, just wait for 345 area and then go long, and you'll go to 355. Okay. So it's your choice. If it pops to 355 through 352, short it, take it down to 345. If it pulls on Boeing 345, just go long. Take 100, 200, 300 shares, whatever you can afford, and you'll walk it up. And I'll walk it to 355. And that's my job. Okay. So I want you to see how we traded Boeing. So we come in here and we have Boeing, and I'm looking at the gap down from yesterday's nice run. And as you can see, I figured it would pull. If it pulled, I wanted you to go long at 345, which is right. Uh, actually, it hit 348. So I was trying to get 345, but you could see clearly that it found a lot of base here at the 348 levels. So when we started going long the stock, people would ask me, "Do you think it's going to 345?" And I started to watch the SPY levels, and they were starting to move up, bringing the Dow down. I said, "No, we'll probably end up just going down to 355. So just take it long." And it also gives a trader some. When you're trading Boeing, you have to give it room. So if you're at 348 or 349, AJ said it could go to 345. So just be prepared. So that way it tells the trader don't scale in too much. By the end result, once it starts going, it's going to go to 355. And the stock ended up at $354.36. Not a that's a very, very good call on a Boeing. To predict Boeing before it opens, what it's going to do, where it's going to top off, uh, I'll tell you, you got to be at a whole nother level of trading. You have to see things that nobody else can see and visualize them, and that's what we do. So Boeing turned out to be a nice one. So if you add all those up, just those seven, that's probably around 50 points, maybe 60 points worth of trading. And all I want you to do is make one or two of them. You know, I'm not here to hit a home run. I'm a consistent trader. I just want to nibble here, nibble here. I'll do a dozen, 15 trades a day minimum. If I'm scalping, um, I'm in and out with 300 shares, 80 cents. I mean, I love it. I love what I do. I love making money. I have fun, and I love the people in the room. So we added a new moderator to our room, and I just want to give him a shout out. His name is Palmer. So you might be following him, and if you don't, please do. And this is Palmer, and he usually trades in the morning, and he's got quite a nice following, and he's a very consistent trader. Today he made over $1,300, as you can see, and he's very, very transparent. He likes to show what he did. He took the trade. And he loves trading with Janny, especially in the morning. He'll take a lot of trades with Janny because Janny in the morning is he's just on fire. He's got it, got it. He's just awesome. So anyway, welcome aboard, Palmer. So just wanted to give a shout out to that. So I want you to enjoy your weekend. I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and I appreciate each and every one of you. There it is, Palmer, right there. And thank you so very, very much. And I look forward to trading with you on Monday. And all you have to do is go to any of our links, click at the top if you wish. Uh, join for a day, 25 bucks. Join for a week, 100. If you go to a month, I will give you all that money back. And so the rest of the month would only be minus whatever I gave you back. So um, thank you. So I will see you all on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.